Hello, my name is Jackie and I want to tell you my snake stories. I moved up to the Sunshine Coast hinterland about 3 years ago, and when I had my first snake experience, just like walking down the path and the snakes there, and I screamed, and I realized after that little experience, that this was going to be part of my life for the near future, dealing with snakes. And the fear was big, and I ended up crying and thinking, how am I gonna live with these snakes? It's scary. So yeah, I live the stables where the horses used to live, and in that room, so I heard this kind of movement at one point in the roof, and I'm thinking, that sounds like a snake. And there's a skylight in there, and we covered up the skylight because my niece and nephew sleep there when they're here, and we want them to sleep in the morning. So we covered up the skylight, but then you could see on top of like the skylight, there was like this movement and stuff, and I'm like, I think there's a snake, and Mum said, no, it's impossible for them to get into the skylight, like it isn't a snake, don't worry about it. I don't know what it is. And I'm thinking, I think you're wrong. So then the next day, instead of like hearing movements in the roof, I heard this bumping in the roof, boom, 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 and I'm thinking, oh, what is that? And so I'm like, Dad, there's a snake. And he came down, and outside of my house to the side, and I'll show you footage of it, there were these two snakes, and I thought they were mating, but they weren't, but they were fighting each other out of the roof of my house over a female that was in there somewhere. And that sight was probably the scariest thing I have ever seen. So I filmed it. I'll show you the footage now. It's time for me to go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. As soon as they drop, I'm getting the hell out of here. So that's the kind of environment we have here. Kind of house. Shit, okay, I'm gone. It was like Medusa being delivered and cast out of my house, like some sort of demon. It was just so scary. So anyway, that was scary. So one of them ends up just plopping off, and then the victor goes back into the roof and claims his prize or whatever. And the next day it happened again. What is happening? Do they look like they're fighting? Well, that's what everybody's saying. They think it's because they're fighting. Dad.
How can they be fighting?
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. They're gonna fall.
Why both of them fall?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to get a closer video, or you don't want to?
Well, I don't care.
You go closer. It's filming. Just be careful.
Got no shoes on.
And so I filmed it again, and I'm thinking this is not good. So then we ended up calling the snake catcher to go and relocate them. So he caught the female and the male, and snake catchers are amazing. They're so brave. Like even the snake catcher's granddaughter was like all over picking them up and stuff. So I was beginning to realize that pythons, they're kind of friendly, and you know, if a kid can pick them up and stuff, then you know, what's wrong with me, right? Then just when we thought we were safe, I was in the main house, and mum and dad's ensuite is looking outside, so it's kind of open, this big window, and you sit on the toilet and you look outside, and it's all very nice. And there's a downpipe on the side there, and just when I looked over, there was our little friend, Mr. Python, Monty, was just like around the side looking in to me on the toilet. And so I'm like, Mom, snake! And it has become a little bit of a novelty, I guess. It's fun. It's a bit freaky, especially when they're on my roof, like when that snake for a while without the two males, when one male was just in my roof. Every morning at 7 o'clock, both him and me woke up together. I could hear him moving around. I wake up and then I could hear, and he goes from, you know, one side of the house over to the skylight where he gets the sun in the morning. So that was kind of like my housemate. Like it was our life for a while. No, I'll get back to you. So anyway, snakes. Pythons, they will only squeeze you to death, which isn't bad. Little snakes, you know, red belly blacks and little snakes, they will go you. I can live with pythons now. I think I'm cured. And the other day even, outside here, you know, I'm in my kitchen. In that area there came, you know, little mate, another python coming out straight to my house because it's getting cold here. So I think they're looking for my roof again. And I went out there knowing to stomp my feet like a brontosaurus, like my friend told me. So I went up there and I'm like, go away, shoo, like get away from my roof, you know. And he just looked at me and he stopped, but then he kept on going. I'm like, what is going on? So that's when we sprayed him with a hose.
This is how to get rid of a snake from entering onto your property. This snake likes to come and sleep in Jackie's roof of her house. So he's come and tried it once already today. And we're just going to try and get him right away going into next door's roof, basically.
And I think that's the friendliest way to get rid of snakes, pythons. I don't know about little snakes, but pythons is you spray them with a hose and they don't like it. So they go away into your neighbour's yard, which is great. So that's my stories. Hope you learnt something, and next time you come to the hinterland of Queensland or hinterland anywhere in Australia, I'm sure you're going to find a python. You can pick it up, you can stick it around your neck, you can go to Australia Zoo and look at them. You can stomp your feet like a brontosaurus if you want to get rid of them. Didn't work for me, but you know, they're okay. They're okay. So yeah, they're my stories. If you want to hear more Australian goodness, you can subscribe. If not, all good. And I'll see you later. 2 snakes in my roof. There was 2 snakes in my roof. I'm freaking out, I'm freaking out. Get out of my roof.